The year was 2008, and Australian vehicle manufacturer Holden was almost 2 years into its successful VE Commodore model and range. Home turf competitor Ford Australia was just releasing its new FG Falcon, and rather than welcome the healthy competition, Holden used the moment to make an insider joke about the new FG. Holden corporate affairs used the Holden Vehicle Operations Employee Bulletin, the communicator, to mock the FG by picking select portions from a third-party review of the new model and range after it was revealed at the 2008 Melbourne Exhibition Centre. Holden failed to realize that they needed Ford, as Ford needed Holden, and should have been supporting one another. Holden and Ford learnt nothing from the demise of Chrysler Australia Local Manufacturing, which was back in 1981. Within 10 years, both Holden and Ford would end all local manufacturing due to dismal sales. By 2020, Holden was no more as a brand. However, Ford Australia still exists, now operating as an importer and distributor of Ford vehicles. It appears that Ford got the last laugh, at least in the brand battle. But sadly, both lost the war to other outside vehicle manufacturers. Let's have a look at what was said.
As the covers came off Ford's new FG, journalist Bruce Newton from drive.com.au prepared his own appraisal of Ford's latest offering and posted it soon after online. With the VE Commodore being the FG's main rival, HVOC has summarized the most relevant points of Bruce Newton's article and printed below for employee information. Safety. Ford claims its new FG Falcon will be the safest locally built car on the road. 4 airbags, anti-lock brakes, and an electronic stability control system will be standard on all FG Falcon sedans. All but the entry-level, fleet-oriented Falcon XD will also get potentially life-saving side curtain airbags. A reversing camera will also be fitted to some models and available across the Falcon sedan range. Ford's move to omit the curtain airbags from the base model Falcon XD will no doubt be a point of contention with some drivers and buyers. Visibility. Ford claims the new Falcon has better front visibility than the Commodore, which has been criticized for its thick windscreen pillar. Ford claims to have achieved the better vision without compromising structural integrity and crash protection. Stability control. For the first time, Ford will offer 2 stability control tunings, a standard setting for the base model car that will intervene early and a sportier setting that will allow more initial wheel slip on its performance-oriented sedans. Ride and handling. Ford says the new FG Falcon will be the best handling large car in Australia, and it's partly thanks to a front suspension borrowed from the Territory off-roader. Fuel economy. Ford has realized reductions in fuel consumption of between 1.0 and 5.3% across the range of its all-new FG Falcon range. The FG Falcon is a fraction heavier, around 10 kilograms, than the model it replaces. Weight is key to fuel consumption, and more weight typically means a thirstier vehicle. Wagon. One vehicle in the Falcon lineup that won't be getting a 5-star rating is the Falcon Wagon. Ute. The Falcon Ute has also been shortchanged when it comes to safety. While the Commodore Ute comes standard with stability control, its FG Falcon equivalent will not have a potentially life-saving technology available on any model, including its sporty and more powerful XR variants. The XR Ute range will instead get traction control as standard.
Although the select portions of the review were not necessarily scathing, there were only negative Ford facts or positive but unsubstantiated Ford claims. Perhaps Holden were getting overly confident in their position, due to exports to the Americas and Middle East escalating at this time. It is not that Holden and Ford should have been promoting each other, but they should have definitely come together to form a game plan to corner the Australian market and secure their dominant position for the future. And for the record, we think that both the VE Commodore and the FG Falcon were great vehicles, although Ford should have kept the Fairmont and Fairmont gear nameplates. So that is the what-ifs and maybes. Hit like and subscribe. And do not forget to tell us why you think Great Wall Motors should buy the Holden brand name and produce a lineup of electric vehicles for Australia.